Aja-Abali, the forgotten god of Abali town. Echoes of tales untold. They said the deity was dead and gone, but dead is a wrong term for a god. And when the forgotten god finally awakened, the land shook, the shrines bleed, and the boy vanished. But the strange part isn't that he disappeared, but that he came back more alive than before. In a town called Abali, a place where the soil remembers everything, even the things the people want to forget. A place where the soil never forgets anything, not blood, not secrets, not broken covenants, not abominations, lives a deity called Aja-Abali. Long before the elders were born, a deity ruled the land. A deity called Aja-Abali, the faceless one. A guardian, and a protector. As usual, when people think a god is asleep, they behave like the world belongs to them. For years, Aja-Abali stayed calm, watching, waiting, searching for a vessel. But while the deity waits, something else awakened, the Crimson Covenant. A dark elite confraternity that sacrifices innocent lives to prolong their own, a confraternity older than the oldest family in Abali, a secret brotherhood that discovered a terrible truth. Which is, a human life can be extended if you steal the remaining years of another. So they created a ritual paid for in innocent blood, a ritual that turned their own fear of death into a weapon. And to maintain their innocent faces, they moved silently through the night, taking lives, one by one, growing stronger, richer and younger, while the land grew weaker, darker and cursed. The more they stole, the more the earth cried out. Over the years Abali town drowned in calamities, every taboo was broken, every sacred boundary crossed, the town became a playground of abominations, until Aja-Abali, the great deity of Abali town, awakened to the cries of our land and people. Finally, Aja-Abali the great deity has found a vessel in Okizi. A quiet 10-year-old boy with a strange habit of drawing spirals into the earth. One night, 10-year-old Okizi woke up with a scream that didn't sound like a child's voice. His mother rushed into his room, only to find him staring at something she couldn't see. He whispered, "Mama, he is here, he says he remembers." Her heart froze, because there was only one he that her mother warned her about. Before she could breathe, Okizi's pupils vanished. The air tightened like someone was squeezing the house with invisible hands, the room shook, invisible footsteps paced around them, then the ancient deity spoke through the boy's small mouth. A voice, deep, ancient, violent, poured out of Okizi's mouth. "The land is filthy, you called me back with your sins. The land is bleeding. I have come to cleanse the land and save my people." The deity had awakened, and it chose a child as its vessel. From that moment, Okizi was no longer just a child, he was the vessel. His mother panicked, because she knew. A child chosen by a god becomes a target for the dark things that hate the light. The Crimson Covenant went into action. Because if the deity had awakened, it meant the land was rejecting their rituals, it meant everything they built, their wealth, their long lives, their power, is now threatened. So they took action, they marked Okizi for elimination, but killing a deity's vessel is not easy. For 7 days, the deity purged the land, evil shrines collapsed on their own, rivers boiled at night, the corrupt fell mysteriously, bodies twisted into unnatural shapes. Shadows followed Okizi everywhere. Whispers crawled through the walls of his home at night. Even the covenant leaders, men over 90 who looked like they were in their 40s, felt the deity's presence choking them all to death. The Brotherhood's sacred ledger, the Book of Stolen Lives, caught fire without flames. Then on the 7th night, Okizi walked into the shrine of Aja-Abali and vanished. At dawn, just when the village thought the deity had taken him forever, a small figure appeared, walking slowly back into Abali town. It was Okizi, dusty, barefoot, slow steps. His mother screamed his name and ran toward him, crying and trembling. He stood still as she hugged him. He hugged her back, his hands cold but steady. His eyes were normal again, his voice calm, his breathing human. But something about him felt heavier and older, like a child carrying memories that didn't belong to him. The villagers whispered in fear, "Is it truly him? Did the deity release him, or did something else return in his place?" Okizi said nothing. He seemed normal, ate food, slept in his bed. But each midnight, he woke up and stared at the doorway, as if someone invisible stood there. He never said what he saw, he never said what followed him back. And on the 7th day after his return, fresh footprints appeared outside every door in the village, small, child-sized, barefoot. But Okizi was inside his house. Fast asleep, or pretending, maybe. When asked, he simply looked at the ground and whispered, he said he will come back for whatever still belongs to him. The town froze, because deities don't joke, they don't release, they don't forget. And just when the town began celebrating his freedom, an old woman whispered, "Deities do not give back what they have claimed, they only lend it." Now that the boy has returned, the real question is, did the deity truly set him free? Or did it return him to finish the part of the mission no one has discovered yet? This is Echoes of Tales Untold, where every story carries a heartbeat. And every echo tells the truth we hide. Like, comment, subscribe, share and turn on notification button for more stories that speaks to your soul.